I started out with Airborne Ranger and then went to Cavalry Unit to doing the Q course and ended up changing my skill set, depot level repair, satellite systems and stuff. And then went to NATO in the Netherlands and ended up at Fort Drum with 10 Mountain Division. And that finished me off. I'd had enough. So I did try on my own. When I ETS out of the military, I did my physical, which surprisingly has disappeared from my records. And when I got back to Florida, I went to the VA down there to do the initial physical for them and the rating. I saw the doctor maybe 30 seconds for the whole time and got zeros across the board for everything. So I gave up for a while, and then I started working in again probably about 10 years ago and tried to get some done on my own. Never had any success. Found a local doctor here that I worked through a little bit, had minor success. They got me up to 20%, but then I worked with some other, I don't want to mention names, but I worked with some other veterans assistance programs, and nobody seemed to be either interested or have the ability to really help out. So I found out from you guys, one of the guys that actually worked for me had went through you and had referred a number of people over to you, and they all had successful outcomes. So I called one day thinking that I was just going to get a little information and stuff, and ended up on the phone for almost 2 hours doing history and stuff like that. The results have been extremely good. They were better than I thought they would be. I mean, within a relatively short period of time, I'd say it was 6 months, and I went from like 30% to 90%. So yeah, I was kind of amazed at how easy it was. Oh, well, I've already sent quite a few your direction, but that's one of the things I tell them is when I start talking to them and they tell me, well, I've been fighting with the VA for months and some of them years. And I said, what, have you been doing this by yourself? And they said, no, well, yeah. Or I went